Hey, good morning, everybody. It is the 29th of November, 2020. It's, I guess if you traveled somewhere for Thanksgiving, time to go home, time to go back to wherever you're from. So I guess there's going to be a lot of traffic on the roads today. Luckily, I'm just kind of driving around town here. I'm going to go do I always do my Walmart shopping like first thing on Sunday. I just find that's a good time to go to the store. There's not a lot of people in the place, and it's just easy to get around and all that other stuff. So that's what I'm doing this morning. How you doing, everybody? I don't know. I was just thinking about a lot of the nomads and what some criticism or praise. Okay, I was just some random stuff this morning. What I particularly was surprised with yesterday, or the day, it was yesterday, we got a nice email from, or a nice posting from Slim Potato Head up in Canada. I have to say, this year, watching all these various nomads, and it's been a difficult year, obviously, because of the pandemic and all that crap, and the elections, and everybody's hot and bothered by something. I have to say that I really think Slim, and somebody told me his real name, I'm not going to dox him, but Slim Potato Head, I think, just does consistently the best channel. He is just, I don't know, we're gonna have the awards coming up, the Camo Awards, and I don't know, I'm not gonna put my own spin on it, but I personally have to say, if I look at every channel and what everybody's doing, I have to say Slim Potato Head is the top for me. I don't know. His channel just, it's not, and again, I talk about the three Canadian nomads that I think are really my three favorite nomads right now: Slim Potato Head, Van City Van Life Chrome, and of course, Foresty Forest Simon. And their channels are all wonderful, but I think where I would rank them, probably number one would be Slim Potato Head, number two would be Foresty Forest, and number three would be Van City Van Life. And the reason for that is Slim just does it, I hate saying, does it all right. His videos are well produced. He has a nice way of presenting stuff. He's funny. He has a certain amount of humor there. His videos are always interesting. The thing camera. Pay attention to the camera. His videos are always interesting. He doesn't do a video just to kind of filler. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't. And the other thing I think that I really like about Slim is that the monetization thing is not in the way of his message. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't get in the way. I've always said I don't have a problem with folks that want to monetize their channels and stuff like that and have all these different ways of making some merch and money and whatever. But to the point where it gets in the way, it's just like, and now I'm going to sit here and talk about Surfshark for 5 minutes right in the middle of my video. I'm like, I see that all the time, Jeez, these airport videos I watch, airplane videos, the guy's, is waiting at the airport, waiting for his flight, and he'll say, well, I'm sitting at the airport, I don't get very good internet reception, but that's why I have Surfshark, and then he goes into a 5-minute pitch for Surfshark. So, I don't know. Slim does not, I'm not even aware, to be honest with you, of Slim doing any merchandising or monetization at all. I'm sure his channel's monetized, he's making some money on it and stuff like that, but I don't even aware that he's pitching products or selling jackeries or doing any of that. And that's what I like about him. He just, it's HONEST, honest, okay? The channel is just an honest account of this guy going out into nature and enjoying himself. And the other thing I like about him, I guess the most, and maybe it's true with all these three Canadian nomads, is the fact that they're mainly single. I like that. I find a fascination with traveling and being by yourself like that. There's a certain, I don't know, something that's oddly compelling about that to me. But Slim's videos are always 100% interesting, fun to watch. I enjoy, I don't skim through them. There are too many nomads now. Okay, we're going to see 10 minutes of the camera on the dashboard. Okay, do I really need to see that? Or more gloppy food at the end. Slim does put some food in his videos. He's like everybody else. We do get, that's part of his life on the road, is how he's eating and what food he likes. And he's not one of these over the top guys that has to cook up a lot of gloppy stuff. He eats pretty healthily, but at the same time he says, food's an important part of my life, but it's not like I'm sitting there waiting. It's not like super duper, I gotta, cook up fancy stuff. I don't know. I just, right now, this could change too, but I just, and it's not because he sent me a kind email. I mean, he sent me a nice posting. Hey, Dave, I'd like to have a beer with you sometime. I'm saying that honestly because I really do think his channel is very cool. It's just right, it's not all about selling stuff. It's not all about ultra hype promotion for your channel that goes over the top. It's the guy seems to know what he wants. He does his channel well. It's well thought out. It's just a good channel, So anyway, Slim Potato Head. I would say, if you ask me right off the bat, hey Dave, what's your favorite nomad right now? I'd have to say Slim Potato Head. Okay, I love his name. I love his name. He talks too about traveling by himself, and he says he's not a loner. He just enjoys being able to do what he wants to do. And I like that. And we don't even have a dog. We don't even have a cute dog in the video. We don't need that, We always said that. You need to have an animal, a cute animal, because in the downtimes when you don't have interesting content, the animal will fill in the gaps, and we see that. Don't we see that on a bunch of nomads now? They're really doing nothing. Their channels are really in the toilet at the moment, and yet there's always the dogs or the dog or the whatever. So they, okay, I know it's a crap video, and I know I'm just pumping it out, but let's have the dogs running around. Oh, aren't they cute? Slim doesn't need to do that. Slim, his channel doesn't have to go to the over monetization bit and the dogs and stuff like that. He doesn't need that because the channel carries its own weight. And wait for Slim. And he's slim. He's slim. Anyway, my favorite YouTuber, I would have to say for 2020 is Slim Potato Head. Now let's get into the Canadian trio. But first, I must go into Walmart and partake of some groceries. So, all right, folks, I'll be right back. Oh, that was fun. That was fun. So anyway, oh my gosh. Why did it do that? Whoa. So anyway, back here at ya. Camodave back at ya. That's my new channel. So anyway, all right, now let's talk about Foresty Forest. Okay, my second favorite nomad, again, another fellow Canadian, along with Slim Potato Head. What do I say about Foresty Forest? I just, again, he does everything. I love his hiking. The hiking's great. I love the way he's been able to, super simplify and get everything into that tiny little Chevy minivan. That's part of the joy of the channel, is how he's been able to work with that little car. I mean, it's a fairly little car. And, anyway. Now, this is what you got to wear: your matching shirts. Husband and wife must dress alike. I like that. So anyway, what do you say? Now he's going to be buying a new vehicle. He said that he wants to get a new vehicle, but he's still not set on it yet. He's still he really likes what he has currently, He's spent a lot of time personalizing it, and Simon mentioned in his video the other day that he does definitely want to get something bigger, something that has higher clearance, gives him a little more room inside, and four-wheel drive, because he does a lot. He does really, one of the things that Foresty still does that a lot of the nomads don't do these days is actually travels. He travels. He goes places. He's not sitting on it. Excuse me, I'm getting all riled up here. He's not sitting on his butt at a campground eating gloppy food for 4 months straight. He actually he climbs mountains. He does things. Wow. You can still do that. No excuses. Oh, the lockdowns. I can't do anything anymore. I hear that. How many times do we hear that from nomads? I just have to sit on my butt here on my lawn chair. Oh, all the trailer parks are closed. The governor shut them all down. You know, if you really want to travel, you can still travel. And Foresty proves that, even in Canada, which probably has tighter regulations regarding the V than America does. But anyway, he travels, he does cool things, he climbs snowy mountains, he, and yes, he puts food in his videos, which again, we all have to eat. And I don't like these videos where, these nomads that just focus on food. But he has a very interesting way of doing it, his little thrift store crock pot and the cooking and how he does it in such a tiny little space. Okay, Foresty did his first live chat a couple of weeks ago, and then he did a live a super chat, and he got a lot of money, obviously. He does Patreon, he does monetize, so that's a little bit different than what we see with Slim Potato Head, who really takes whatever monetization he's doing, it's pretty much invisible. Whereas, we do have the Patreon there with Mr. Simon, and that's fine. He keeps it off the edge, although we do get to see the incredibly long Patreon roll at the end of his videos sometimes, which makes me very jealous. Oh, look at all those names. God, there's hundreds of them, thousands of them. But he deserves, in a way, he deserves it. That's his channel. He really does do something. He's not just going to campgrounds, sitting around, cooking, and he actually really. It's the same thing with Itchy Boots, the Dutch lady that travels on her motorcycle all over the world. She does do very well on Patreon, but she does deserve it because she really does quality content. She really busts her butt to do stuff, okay? And the same thing with Foresty Forest. We do see him hanging around now with some chickie poos, which is cool, but I still like his solo nomading. And I'm going to be interested if he does get a new vehicle, how he fixes it up. So that will be interesting, okay? He's fixing it up to his intense needs. And it's going to be interesting to see how he does that, if he does it. I'm still not 100% sure he's going to do it, because I think he's got some sort of psychic attachment to that Chevy minivan. It's his buddy. It's been there for him. It's got a new transmission. So anyway, Slim Potato Head #1, Foresty Forest #2, and then #3, Van City Van Life. Again, I make this joke constantly about Chrome, that, his channel is the perfect channel. He's the greatest nomad, and he's not really, but he really does spend a lot of time producing the videos and quality content, but he's almost overdoing it a bit now. The channel's become a little too slick, a little too over monetized. He's thinking too much about the YouTube algorithms and the money, and he's plugging it into it, I don't know. So that's my problem with Chrome. I do like Chrome. He's the only one of the 3 Canadian top nomads that I had that on my list here that has a doggy poo, and he's adorable. Cruz is absolutely adorable. There's Santa Claus. He's if you can't see him there, he's on the porch of that house there. Hi, Santa. Hi, Bob. Hi, Bob Wells. Anyway, so yeah. Hold on a sec. But yeah, the problem with Chrome is that the monetization seems to now get in the way of the content, okay? You can take your monetization to a certain point where it just gets in the way, It's like there's just too much of it. And, constantly shilling products, the Patreon, the PayPal, the whatever, the BIP, it gets to the point where it just, I don't know. It gets in the way. It's noticeable. You kind of groan. This video is sponsored by ... You kind of groan. Oh. Now, if that was once a week or something, if it's every other video, yeah, Chrome is letting, I think he's at a point now where he needs to step back from at least, take a step or two back away from the monetization kind of stuff, because it's overwhelming, it's overtaking his content. And that's, again, he's I don't know if he's got money goals set for every month, and I have to make this goal, and I got to be 10% more this month than I was last month. It gives me the impression that he has kind of got that kind of thing. And again, I don't know what his debts are in his life. I don't know what he owes, or, how much money he's got thinking, whatever. But it seems to be a little bit getting in the way of the enjoyment of his videos. And that's the thing. I've always said it's no problem to monetize. That's cool. But, when it starts to get in the way of your content, where it's becoming overly noticeable. It's like television. You say, oh, I don't mind TV ads. I really don't. If they're going to give me the channel for free, which they don't anymore, you got to pay all this damn money for cable, and then they give you all these channels crammed with ads, so you're getting, they're screwing you over both ways. But in the olden days, or at least today, when you put up an antenna, you don't have to, why am I getting into this, then pay for the television. The television channel's free, but yet it has commercials on it. No problem with that. Okay, I don't have a problem with that. But if they interrupt the movie every 20 minutes for 3 or 4 minutes of commercials, I don't have a problem with that. But then if they're starting to interrupt the movie every 10 minutes with 8 or 9 commercials, I'm starting to have a problem with that. And then if they're interrupting the movie every 7 or 6 minutes with 20 commercials, then I'm really getting PO'd. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. So yeah, and that's the problem we get with some of these nomads, especially the ones that are monetized. It's just too much. They're putting too much. The beginning of every video is a pitch for a product. The middle of the video is a pitch for a product. They mention their Patreon. They do. It's just like, wait, clear it away. I don't know. Sandspotter is a channel I do like to watch. He's an American guy from San Diego, and he really does great production. He does airplane videos, and traveling videos, and airplane reviews and flight stuff. But he has gotten to the point where every video is just so cram full of sponsor stuff and pitches for his Patreon and shout outs to other nomads that can help promote him. It's like, he has like 6 different ad things he has to do in every 10-minute video, and that gets in the way of his content. It starts to get, oh, come on, really? Do we need another product pitch here? It starts out with one little thing, and then it just keeps growing. And I'm afraid Van City Van Life is starting to get that way. He needs to, my advice to him, take a step or two back and just kind of focus on the love of what you do. And I do love what he does, the traveling, every little aspect of, nomadic living, fascinating stuff, quality content. But his monetization now is kind of starting to hinder his channel. I don't think it's going to hinder. I mean, he's going to be cranking in the money, no problem. But at the same time, he's, I think some of the people that were there from the start with him are getting a little bit, come on, back off, boogaloo. But anyway, he's still, despite all that, he remains one of my favorite nomads. In fact, probably, of the top 3 that I'm watching right now, and they're all Canadians. Oh, Canada, you produce some great nomad channels. Slim Potato Head, Foresty Forest, and Chrome, Van City Van Life. Thank you, Canada. So anyway, that's it. I don't know. There are other American nomads that I like this year. I think Dave's RV Life has done a great job with his channel. I really loved that whole thing of getting Panda, the vehicle, down from Washington State. That was a wonderful series of videos. If you haven't watched that, Dave's RV Life has done a wonderful job this year. I may put him at close to, I don't know, him and Adventure Van Man. He does wonderful photography, Brian there. He does the whole thing about going up to work in the fishery place up in Alaska with his appendicitis and then his transmission woes all happening at the same time. It was great drama. He had his channel was great this year. I really liked him. I really liked him a lot. One of my other favorite nomads, and you probably don't even know her, but she's not big. She's not you know, she hasn't hit the big time yet as Maximalist Minibus Mary. She does, you know, it's a small channel, but she has a really nice style, and she's kind of a great storyteller. You know, she went down to Assateague Island over the summer and was hanging out with some of her friends, and it gets into a lot of the psychology of things and nomad living and her life and stuff like that, and just a wonderful channel, just a great channel. Anyway, some great stuff from her. I always like Maximalist Minibus. Check her out. Oh my God, you can't see the traffic light here. The sun is right. Who else have I liked this year particularly? I would have to say Lola, Lost on Land Lola. She has a night, I don't know. She just has a night. I like that kind of Texas common sense she has. It's a nice channel. She goes out camping with her friend. There's a nice sense of realism and honesty to her, and she just kind of tells it like it is. She doesn't live on the road, but she has a nice simple setup in her van, and I really, you know, admired her stuff. And she does the Lollapalooza every year with her friends, and it's just a nice channel, and I really enjoyed it this year. So I think 2020, you know, yeah, check her out. Lost on Land again, Lola. I like Pandemonium. I always liked Aja's channel a lot. I really think Aja needs to tone down the wind, you know, I don't know, way too many, putting the camera in the windshield and just showing the road. I don't know. If it's a really spectacular highway, yeah, do that. But I don't know. And too much of the gloppy food segments, I don't know. She's kind of gotten into a rut with that stuff. But I still enjoy her channel. I love the Tribes videos. Wandering Jimmy always does some really nice stuff. The one thing I really like about Wandering Jimmy is that if he doesn't have anything to post, he doesn't post. You know what I'm saying? He's not there cranking out posts just to kind of, you know, I need a post every 2 days. He goes through periods where he's hanging out with the tribe and he's not doing anything particularly different than what everybody else is doing. And he doesn't post videos. He only does it when he's really doing his own solo traveling. And I kind of got to admire him for doing that. Because, you know, it's, you know, hey, that's cool. You know, you crank out the videos even when you got nothing to say. And there's too many nomads doing that today. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking right now. I'm sure there are other channels out there that I really like that, but I'm not going to, you know, talk about everybody. But those are the ones that stand out. My 3 Canadians, Slim, Van City, and Foresty Forest. They're my favorites this year, easily, no question about it. But I also really have enjoyed Dave's RV Life a lot this year, and Adventure Van Man Brian. Those are the ones that stand out right now. So anyway. All right, folks, that ought to do it. Don't forget to vote the Camo Awards. The voting closes on November 30th, which is tomorrow. Check out my video. I did a video yesterday where I revealed all the different trends and stuff like that, but you can still vote up through the end of November. All right, that ought to do it. All right, you have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Thank you so much for watching. This rant is over, baby. It's over.